All right. So where were you at?
That's about the twin projects.
Okay, yeah. Let's start. So let's start from the beginning of
Okay.
your. Let's just take us back to your beginning, and I really want to give me
About
some
being
nuggets
Charles.
of what kind of like shaped you into the man that you are today, like the entrepreneur that you are today, for sure.
You want me to start there or you?
Just start from the beginning,
I
for sure.
got you. Yeah, so growing up, man, I was born in Kansas City, Kansas, man. And a lot of people don't know that sometimes, but I was raised in Houston. My mom and dad, divorced and went their separate ways. And my mama just started over by herself. She didn't ask for much from her mother. Her mother was very successful. She owned cleaners, in different parts of Fifth Ward, and Kelly Courts, and on Alameda back in those days. So I've always seen the drive in my grandmother and my mother, which got me to the point where we ended up moving to an area called City Gas. They call it the Village. It's like Watts. It's like one way in, one way out. So growing up in those rural areas, man, I had to get tough skin real quick.
Yeah.
And then because it was always gangs are everywhere. But what kept us out of gangs was football, man. I've always been very good in football. Me and my twin brother, we've been playing football since probably 5 years old. So me being very successful in playing football and running track, you couldn't tell me I was going to be in the league. You know what I'm saying? So when we got my senior year, and shout out to Forest Brook High School, my senior year, man, we ended up having a coach come in that started the program over. So with that coach coming in, changing our formation, starting the program over, he was honest with us. He said, to you seniors, I'm coming in, I'm trying to rebuild this team. So you guys pretty much got to get it on your own. Uh, I wasn't privy to understanding ACT and SAT tests coming from where I was from. I didn't know anything about that. I just knew that my talent would get me to a D1 school. But come senior year, I didn't have anyone walking me through, educating me to stay close to your counselors. Rather than running all these touchdowns for years for this high school, no one was taking my hand and guiding me to take ACT or SAT. Me and a lot of my buddies, man. So we end up coming to the point. Fast forward, my middle school coach, Coach George Walker, uh, he stayed in Prairie View. He was telling me about a school called Prairie View. I didn't know where Prairie View was located at all. Me and my twin
None
brother
of us
like Prairie
did.
View where. So I was just, for to tell you the truth, man, I was so good in football. I just knew I was going to a D1 school. All these scouts, I had all these letters, but they go to tell you, man, what we don't know. I didn't apply because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So got down to Prairie View, man, started working out with the team until I found out they record. At that time, man, they was like 0-73. So I
Yeah.
was like, man, I'm
Yeah.
working there. I was
What
embarrassed.
year you get there?
I got there in 98.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because they had that. We had that long ass losing streak.
Got a long
I,
losing streak.
people don't understand though. I always tell people when it's always mentioned that we was losing because we had no scholarships.
That's right. Right. You're right
It
about
was
that.
that's the only reason why. It wasn't because we were sorry, because before that we dominated
Right.
the SWAC.
That's right.
And it wasn't so like I always make that disclaimer like, look, we were not losing because we were sorry. We were losing because everybody on there were walk-ons.
Literally.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
and then the '90s we got back some of our money that school, I ain't gonna say no names, owed us, and we started getting back our scholarships and stuff like that. So you got there in what,
I got
'98?
there in 98, man, and my mom had actually held my twin brother back first grade. And that's why, from me being a senior in high school, he was in 11th grade because she held him back a year. So to be honest with you, man, I was in this magazine and newspapers, and I was a big dog. So for me to come to Prairie View and everybody knew I was good in sports, it was like I was looked down upon because I'm like, "Oh, Jimmy Thomas is at Prairie View."
Yeah, I know, right?
So man, I started working out with the team, man, and it was just that losing streak. It wasn't even about the losing streak. It's just that I didn't feel like I wanted to play the game anymore, man.
Yeah.
So I actually got connected to Dr. Godwin at PB Grocery in Prairie View. I saw that he owned PB Grocery. I saw that he owned a liquor store in Hempstead. He owned a liquor store in Waller. He owned properties everywhere. I said, this man is a go-getter. Shout out to Dr. Godwin out of Prairie View, man. I just saw the way that man moved. So during that time we was in Prairie View. I said, well, man, I want to play ball, but something ain't adding up here, so I'm stuck. So I got to the point by watching Dr. Godwin, some of my old payment check money, people was buying beat, buying all kind of stuff, man. I got some money together and got with a buddy. And at that time on 290 in Prairie View, they used to have the mobile home park over there called Palm Harbor Homes. I got over there, man, ended up getting one of those mobile homes because my coach, like I said, my middle school coach, he was from Prairie View. He owned all the land off 290 in Prairie View, the lake to the right-hand side. So he let me put a double wide mobile home over there, man. I put the mobile home over there. And my sophomore year, because my freshman year, I had nowhere to stay. I used to sleep on the floor in Drew Hall. Just climb through the window to one of my buddies, my best friend Aiden West. He's opened up the window. And, man, I slept on the floor, man, for about 5 months. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Until some housing came available. When the housing became available around the freshman year time, I stayed in the phase 2. I stayed there for a semester, still going to school, doing my 8 o'clock classes. It wasn't making sense, man. It's like my passion one day.
Yeah.
So I did the math, which got me to speed up the point as a business guy. At that time, inside of the kitchenette, because that's what the apartments were. It was they had the rooms, and you didn't have a kitchen. You had a kitchenette. When I did the math and looked at the invoices from what they was charging me from in college, right? They was charging $425 a room in '98. The bills was paid. I'm like, $425 a room. We don't even get a full kitchen. There was 4 rooms in there. So I started doing the math. So I started saving my old payment checks. Got my old payment checks. I already had my old football coach that owned the land in Prairie View. He let me put my double wide mobile home onto that property. I took the money, got about 4 or 5 other guys, and told them, let's go half. We put a deposit down. We supposed to have done that. We got the deposit. They moved the house and the property, man. We weren't even in that house 3 months. Everybody left me. It was in my name and another lady that co-signed, man. I'm sitting here like, man, what the hell I have done? You know what I'm saying? Got to the point the bills weren't getting paid. I filed for a Chapter 13 bankruptcy at age 20. In college, man.
That's crazy.
To try to get all the bills consolidated to a point where I could afford to still have somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
So I went through a Chapter 13, man, and went through bankruptcy at age 20 because everybody left me. We were supposed to win half, you know what I'm saying, but they left me.
Yeah.
And I had to figure it out, man. So they consolidated all the bills and got me to the point where I was paying $410 a month for this double wide mobile home. Well, the actual mortgage on the home was actually $850. So now they consolidated and got the bill to $400. I said, man, hold on, we might be on to something. And that's what happened. I started renting each room out, $375 a room, all bills paid. I did that from '99 all the way to probably 2006. So I went to a particular department. So I went to the drama department. My cousin was Michael Rice. He knew a lot of people in the drama department. So I went to a department. And he told certain people that need somewhere to stay. So Dr. Godwin at PV Grocery used to let me put the flyers up.
Yeah.
Looking for tenants, got you, So when I went to that department, I didn't need nobody else to rent out to because we know at Prairie View, the drama students are always in the drama department. So I barely even seen these tenants. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up branching out, finding another house on Thompson Street. It was a 5-bedroom. I rented those rooms out, $375 room, all was paid. So my mindset had automatically kicked in, like I'm not going to play ball because I got residual income coming in. You know what I'm saying?
You making more money than half,
exactly
half
right.
the students.
Yeah, I'm like 20, 21. So I was sitting in class, and I was in U.S. History, 1876. With a teacher, a professor, and he was teaching. And somehow he veered off and started talking about business. I really never understood what does U.S. History 1876 have to do with me in 1999.
Yeah.
Like, why are we learning this? You know what I'm saying? But he veered off one day, man, and started talking about business. And he said he had some real estate. I don't know what made this professor veer off and start talking about that, man. But when he told me that he was bringing in, about $3,500 a month, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying that, you guys got to, keep going to school and you can be in my position. I'm doing the numbers. I'm down there doing that. Now,
in real estate.
that day, 1999, I dropped out. Went into business because I already had the rent houses.
Yeah.
I went to Houston, got 2 more rent houses. I couldn't rent those per room because that only worked on campus.
Yeah.
So I had to actually rent out these other 2 duplexes I had, man. And that's what put me in the position to, where I got into real estate. And man, from there, man, sky was not the limit for me.
That's dope. That's dope. You said something about, you said something about your grandmother being an entrepreneur.
Right.
And I always tell people, man, like, I thank God for my grandparents and my uncle because they were business people. Like,
right.
My grandpa didn't own a business, but my uncle did. And I always had that in me. But all my grandparents, like my great grandmothers, I used to collect cans with them.
Man, exactly.
And
cans and newspaper.
What I used to collect cans with my great grandmothers, my grandma Versi and my grandma Medea. And what happened was they were my stepfather who drank every day 30-pack. So I really didn't have to go. I didn't really have to go nowhere because he drank a damn 30-pack every day, and we would collect the cans and we'd bring all our cans together, and I would do the smashing because obviously my grandma ain't gonna do all of that. And man, I'm sitting here in 5th grade, bro, with $20-$30.
Right, that's a lot.
That's a lot for a 5th grader, bro.
Right.
And for me, like seeing that, like my family were always hustlers. Like they were always like the men in my family, the women in my family always had some motion
right.
because you just had to get it. Like my grandfather, this man, hands down, like 5th grade education, always had 2 cars, always had his own home, but he was just a hustler. He always was selling, like he would grow peas, and we'll have to hull them and everything and all that stuff, and but sell them by the bushel and stuff like that. But he was always just self-sufficient, and I can't tell you how important it is that people have those type of people around you, not just businessmen like owners of that, but like just hustlers and people that just ain't gonna just take what the government or take what the world gives them. They're gonna like make some out of it. So I know that had an impact on you.
It definitely had an impact, man, because we see how segregation took this place, but you start looking at things that happened in the 50s and the 60s, and you're looking at your grandma and your grandfather, like, y'all affected because y'all had business, y'all driving Cadillacs, and like, what's going on?
Exactly.
So that's what I see.
Yeah.
I tell my grandma one day, are we rich?
No.
Because my grandma, you got to realize, man, like, I really never had to buy clothes. Even if I had to go to Goodwill, I'd buy the clothes from Goodwill, take it to my grandmother because she had the cleaners.
Yeah.
She pressed them. We could not go in my grandmother's house without having a crease in our pants. You know what I'm saying? Clean shirts.
Yeah.
And we're not going to even talk about Stay Flow.
Oh, no. Them,
you know what I'm saying?
Them things is, bro.
Can't get in there,
you can't even get in there,
bro.
Them things look like paper,
but we
bro.
clean. We got Hirachis on, rayon shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So that's that. I see. When I seen that, man, I'm like, I thank God for that situation because it did something to me, and it spurred something in me, man, which got me and my twin brother to the point where, hey, like I say, sky's not the limit. So from there, man, I've always been, and my energy and my spirit has always been to lock in. I've never been a follower, man. I've always been a leader. So you can tell me something, man, I'm gonna still go do my due diligence to make sure I'm in compliance with everything I do.
So I'm very curious. Like when I met you at PV, because I was filming, something for athletics, and I was filming you and a bunch of other people. You had told me you had a finance company,
right?
And I'm not super into finance. I'm into it enough. Like I'm a business owner. Like I have stocks. I know enough. I know enough. I know enough about finance to not be ignorant. But there's levels to this.
Excuse me.
There's some water.
Damn.
Start the way.
I'm gonna dry them out.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Allergies kicking in.
Oh yeah, that definitely is.
Oh boy, sorry about that, guys. Go ahead.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, you, like I said, when I first met you, we were filming at Prairie View campus for athletic department for the football game. I wanted to know. You said when we first spoke, you said you ran a finance company, and
Right.
kind of like
Financial consulting firm.
yeah, financial consulting firm,
Right.
like, and you and your brother iced out, so I know I know something was going on.
Right. Yeah, he had a lot of ice on.
He had a lot of ice on. So like, so
Right.
I know something was going on. I was like, let me. And I'm always interested. I'm just a naturally curious person.
Right.
I want to know like what type of company that you have,
Right.
and well, I kind of like know, but I know they want to know
Right.
what type of company you have in the services that you provide, and what brought you to that.
Well, like I say, growing up in the real estate side, man, I had my hands on title companies, appraisal people, builders, loan officers, brokers, and I was connected to a lot of these people, man. I just put them all together. So me having access back, like I said, '06, '07, that's when real estate was booming. But when the market crashed, we were stuck. I said, well, man, I'm making good money, down at 30, 60,000 every Friday. But I'm putting myself in a position where, the market crashed. What am I gonna do now? You go and you see the Bernie Madoff stories, and you see people killing themselves because they were not used to being in the position that they are when the market crashed. So one thing I did, man, I said, well, I have all this knowledge, and I have all these connections. Let me start a financial consulting firm, right? And by me starting a financial consulting firm, I can consult with people on a higher end of real estate, where I do creative financing. So when I started doing creative financing, it put me in a position of becoming an investment banker. So I started looking at, first of all, how did the market crash? What crashed the market? Who got bailed out? Why they got bailed out? At that time, man, I think they was calling people straw buyers. I call them investors. People that had a decent credit score, they would put themselves in position to do investment properties. But at the same time, the banks were giving loans to these individuals, and people were not doing what they're supposed to do in reference to the loans. So I said that let me create an asset that I can leverage to be able to get funds from the asset I created. And that asset had ended up being like a bond, a medium term note, an MTN, a certain type of security.
Mm-hmm.
And when I understand how to leverage securities in the shape and form and fashion that I taught myself, it became creative financing.
So let's go back to the bond and security.
Right.
Because I was just looking at a podcast the other day talking about bonds, and it's literally just a note from the government, right? Is it from the government or from people?
You have all type of bonds. These particular bonds that we deal with are pretty much private bonds, like 144A bonds. It's like on the private sector. And I would tell anybody to definitely, man, go pull it up, do your due diligence, go to ChatGPT and understand what the 144A bond represents. Because with the administration that we have in office now, that's why we're leaning more towards tokenizing real live assets. So when you tokenize real live assets, first of all, you can real live assets are things like we said, like our grandparents didn't own. They own their house. You own art. You own land, diamonds, rubies. Bonds. These are things you own. That's considered a real live asset. So the fact that that is a real live asset, you then go and tokenize it. I won't give too many people the secret unless Mike sign them up. But
Yeah.
we can go in more detail on part 2 of this
For sure,
show. But that's where we at right now, teaching people financial literacy and helping them get to a point where they put themselves in a position to purchase property or anything at the minimal investment of 25M and up. I'm your guy.
So you pretty much, like you say, you're an investment banker with your own financial consulting firm.
Correct.
Like, what are some challenges that you had starting this?
The challenge I have, first of all, is being an African American in this space. Me and my partner, man, we put ourselves in position to where we have a credit union that we formed in Dominican Republic. And at the same time, we had to make sure that we're in compliance with having this particular credit union because there's a lot of red tape when you start having your own bank. Um, Another trial that I face.
Wait, let's not brush over the credit union. So you opened up a credit union. How did you do that?
We opened up the credit union watching how the market fell. So when the market fell, you got to realize there were banks that were giving these companies the money, and the government that's who bailed the banks out. So the government is bailing the banks out. Who's bailing the people out? So once me and my partner understand how finance works, we started a credit union. We should be 100% live here in a couple of weeks, and we'll push that back was the market with crypto and try to make sure we get into crypto into our credit union, understanding the financial wallets thus far.
And so with the credit union, is it like strictly online, or y'all have a storefront? Like how
we have a storefront in Dominican Republic. We haven't went public yet because there's still other tools that we're putting into the credit union, but the physical building itself is up.
Oh, dope! That's dope.
So, like I say, here in a couple of weeks, we should be going public and live with that.
So you got one. So do you plan on opening any credit unions in the United States?
Yes, I'm gonna try to go out with at least 15 states, and it's gonna be a beautiful situation. And I'm making everything diverse. We have to get to the point where we can't always go just pro-black.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta be able to cross over, man.
I think it's cool that you're starting in DR. I think that's dope because you're getting into like literally the global.
That's right.
E-commerce, the global commerce system, and that's really cool because I always tell businesses, especially black ones, is like, man, we gotta stop thinking small.
Gotta stop thinking small.
Yeah, we gotta stop thinking small, man. And the moment I stopped thinking small was I started getting clients out of my area. I started getting clients globally and nationally. And when you think big and you think scale, that's the dope part. And then you get to hire other people that look like you, the people that come from the community you come from, when you are trying to do something like that. With the credit union and just the financial situation, how much money did you have to have? Because you come from real estate, so you already had bread.
Well, not in actuality. Coming from real estate, when the market crashed, a lot of these properties that we had to break bread. We had to pay. We didn't want it going on our credit. So I came out a lot of cash getting out of the red. So when I got out of the red, of course, I had a lot of IOUs, and I couldn't use the terminology that I had in the street to get my money because I'm a professional now. You know what I'm saying? Took my goals out my mouth, and, cut my braids, and put my Chuck Taylors up, and my Dickie suit. Had to put those in the closet. So I couldn't go out and get my bread that way no more. So I had to sit here. And sit back
like my uncle.
Man, get these lawyers in on this thing, man. And getting the lawyers in, I feel like, man, I'm snitching.
Hey,
but I had to understand that that's how I got my bread.
Yeah, that's how you had to get your money back.
Nobody want to get a call.
Hey, Boosie said the same thing about his brother. Boosie said the same. He's like, look, I sued his ass. He's like, I sued him because look, he ain't a street dude. And since he ain't a street dude, I can't get it back like he's a street dude. Right. So I'm suing him and I hope he go to jail.
Yeah, man, you can't be the same guy. Your spirit changed.
Yeah. That's funny. That's hilarious.
That's how it was, man. I actually, we took a certain amount of money, man. And I tell you, man, the thing about it, man, my prayer is always to master money. Anybody that tell you that know me, they're like, man, that's Jimmy prayer. Money for me is a subject. And that's a subject that I want to master, and I'll be in position, of mastering money less than 3 weeks, based on the knowledge and everything I've learned. So by me mastering money, I put myself in position to help other people master money. You know what I'm saying? My major problem in some of these churches, I can't speak for all churches. I think we have got to a point, man, that, we love the Lord, we know the Lord, but at the same time, with the message that's going out to the flock, we also need to be teaching financial literacy.
For sure.
There's no way that our community should be blind about crypto. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be blind about blockchain. It's a lot of things that we shouldn't be blind about, but if we are not educating, our people or any people about financial literacy, we're just going to be blind by that.
That's the true thing, bro. And I've said that before about, church and just organizations in general.
Right.
It's like, I've joined organizations, been a part of them, and I'm so intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very intentional with my time. I'm very intentional with my the information I give people, because at the end of the day, man, like I always tell people, I don't really need to be inspired. I don't need to, like, and so I have this thing about, like, I really got this thing about inspirational and motivational speakers. I
Right.
can't go to them.
Right.
I can't go to speaking. And the same thing with church. Like, I've had conversations with pastors, and it's like, I need the word.
That's right.
I need the actionable word.
That's right.
And they let me know what I need to do, guide me, spirit guide me. But I don't need to be inspired, and and honestly, I don't need the fluff, especially with motivational speakers. Like, you
Right.
telling me, I know I can do this. I just need to know how to do it. I need to know the map, the plan, like the turns. What should I stop? When should I stop? When should I go? Like, should I go right, left? Like, how much money do I need? Like, what, because for me, and everybody know, I'm straight to the, because
Right.
we got a finite amount of time on this earth.
That's right.
So it's like, with that being said, I'm not going, when I don't really like all the extra stuff.
That's right.
And I think organizations should understand that. So, like, the organizations I'm a part of, and some organizations I've helped founded, I've always told them, is like, look, if we're going to serve people, we got to give them actionable advice.
That's right.
We cannot be giving them, like, just fluffery. And that's what I call it. We can't just give them, we got to give them actionable advice, because if somebody paid for something, if they paid in time, which is the most expensive thing, if
Right.
they came here for an hour of their day, then they don't need to be inspired.
That's right.
They need advice. They need to know the recipe
Right.
and how to cook it. And so, like, I churches have this issue a lot, but organizations in general, these professional organizations, also have these issues where they don't give the people that are part of their organization. And this is a sales thing to me too.
Right.
It's like this. It's like, if somebody pay for something, they're paying for you to solve a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they're paying for, or help solve a problem.
That's right.
Give them something. So, like, I always tell people, like, when people give you your time, man, dog, you really can't take that. You can't take that shit for granted, and
Right.
you gotta really, really give them something.
Right.
Like, they should not leave empty.
That's my plan, man, and I'm glad you touched on that. That's big for me, because my 18-year-old son, my 15-year-old daughter, I've been teaching them financial literacy since they was J high.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to realize they are in this 2025, 2026. Everything is on Instagram, TikTok, and I tell my son, he had a gentleman that he was following, and I say, man, son, be very careful with these influencers. And I don't allow people to call me a mentor. I'm just a teacher, man.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have. So this is my thing for mentors, guys, and to your following. If I got respect for you and I'm following you, and you're mentoring me, right, and you're educating me about certain things, right, I feel that when I get to a point where I'm about to go to that next level, I really feel that the mentor should be my first investor to invest in my business. And I have a major problem with that. I didn't have anybody invest in me. And to your following and to people that you know who you are, I've invested in a lot of people's businesses. And I've never just been the type of person to invest, right?
Yeah.
But it comes to a point that when you start investing in these businesses and they can't pay you back, I don't want to be the person having an ill feeling about them not having me my money. So that's why now I like to educate those who want to be taught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be, the teacher and the student.
Yeah.
So that's my thing on mentors. And that's why I told my son, be careful with the following. You have so many influences, right?
Yeah.
I've been a multimillionaire twice. You know what I'm saying? My goal right now is to be a very, very wealthy person that can't even pronounce the number of my wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by doing so, I feel that tokenizing real life assets has put me in that position. So if it's put me in that position, your followers, whoever they listening in, that's what's going to happen. It's happening in the next 2 weeks.
I know you don't want to give too much. I know you want
Right,
to give.
just because we got the same last name, you like give me a little more. We got the same last name, give it a little more, huh?
Hey, I know you don't want to give
You
too
can feel
much.
it.
Yeah,
You feel my energy. There's something coming, right?
yeah, no, you like can't keep on just dangling it and not let nobody know, man.
Right, right.
But the mentor thing is a real thing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like
Right.
I'm pretty much done with mentoring people. Like at the end of the day, like you said, like I've always been a mentor to people before. Like
Right.
very aggressive with it. Like
Right.
when I see some, because like you said, I didn't know nobody that had an advertising and marketing agency
Right.
at all. Like me and my designer friends, we joke around. Like I didn't meet my first black designer until I became one.
Right.
And so like the same goes with agencies. It's like no one taught me this. No one put me in the game. Like I didn't get grandfathered in and that's so what happens is you feel that what happens is like you know how you felt
That's right.
growing your business alone and with no one there to help you, no mentors, nothing like that. So when people come to you that, and I'm done with this now because I just had a situation with a mentor. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm done with a mentee. Right. I'm pretty much done with it. But you feel that you don't want them feeling how you felt when you were building your business or you were struggling trying to find a job in the industry or whatever it was. That when you see young people or people like that, that brings back memories. It brings back a feeling like, damn, man, I remember when I didn't have no clients. I remember when it's hard to get the people believe in me. You remember all of these things. So it makes you want to help them like a survivor's remorse. It's just a different version of survivor's remorse. I'm done with survivor's remorse. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, cause like I tell you this, dude, like I can't do it no more. I can't invest in time because it's really time.
That's right.
You can't invest time into people that you right now, for me to kind of like mentor anybody right now, I would have to. I can't do it. I'm so like the shit that has been happening to me with these kids, with these students, and these recent graduates that's coming out of certain schools and stuff like that, bro. I can't do it. But what I can do is, like you said, do this.
That's right.
Yeah, I can give you some knowledge through this. I can't give you my time no more,
right?
Because I just can't give you. It's too expensive right now. Like I can't give you my time, but I can give you some knowledge. I can give you opportunity through this if you want it. And so at the end of the day, like I understand exactly what you're coming from. And I'm glad at my ripe age of 35 that I've realized it, because I know some people don't realize it until they've been depleted.
That's right.
Of all their resources. Literally depleted of all their resources. Right. And because I used to say the same thing that you said, like I believe that a real mentor gives you opportunity.
That's right.
So I gave tons of people opportunity. Like it wasn't just me talking. I took pride in this shit. I took pride in knowing that if you meet me and you show that you hungry and you show that you want to get it, I can teach you some shit and I can get you a job. I've done it thousands of times, it felt like. And I'm like, so I took pride in it. In few people, now I got some good mentees that's out here shining. You know, shout out to Deja, who works at Pandora, Ebony, who works I forgot where she worked at now, but they, you know, it's really the girls. They were good. Right. The dudes though. Some of them, man. But nah, I get the mentor thing, dog. Like I honestly get that. So that's the reason why, like, I wrote a book. I'm doing this, and you gonna have to, and I just can't give you my time like that no more, because a lot of these fuckers are.
Yeah, man. They'll drain you.
They are.
They'll drain you. So right now it's best, like I said, to your followers, to yourself. We have to be, 5 years ahead of anything that's coming.
Yeah. And
by being 5 years ahead of what's coming, we got to have a source of people that have a particular title or what they do for a living. If I got to go through marketing and everything, Mike Thomas. I got to go through filming, production, producer, Lorenzo.
Mm-hmm.
If I got to go through banks or whatever, a holy father and myself.
Yeah. No, that's super important. I literally just like this week. I think this week is Black Entrepreneurs Week, and they kicked it off with a pitch competition that I was part of, and man, I know this. I know that like I said, my uncle runs a car dealership, so I understand like how specialties and how you have to specialize in things, and we need to be a part of those. We need to have like I always tell people like I can't partner with a freelancer no more.
That's right.
I need to partner with a company.
That's right.
So like my friends that do freelance stuff, I'm like, where's your company? I can't give you this opportunity over here if you don't have no company. Right. You don't have no LLC. You don't have insurance. If you don't have no website. If you don't have if your contract ain't right, I can't give you this opportunity because we're trying to scale, right? And so I appreciate the fact that, and honestly, what you like, 51?
Just turned 46.
So you said 98.
Yeah.
So my uncle's 50. Y'all in the same era. Right. Like y'all are the SUC shit. Y'all grew up in that era and shit. Like I know the era y'all come from.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of like get it though. Right. And like, I mean, y'all get it because I see guys in your peer group, and I'm meeting. I always meet y'all, and y'all just understand the fact that when we got y'all understand the fact scaling, right. Doing business with people outside of your race.
Right.
You understand the fact that the professionalism, and the funny thing is y'all all reformed.
Right.
Meaning y'all. Because you had to be you had to be in that area. I know the area I grew up in because my mama was from the area, my uncles from the area, and you wouldn't think they were hard.
Right. They are.
But I know. I know. Oh, yeah. And that shows like growth. Mm-hmm. That shows the growth that y'all had. And I just wish more, and I got some friends, me and my friend group, me and my partner Art, we always talking about it, like, because he just started a floral and wine shop in off of not Westheimer, in the River Oaks area, I think. And we always talking about this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. There's not enough of us. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely not enough. And like I think we can learn something from y'all about how y'all move, and about like the business that you're in, because like I'm in the creative business and everybody want to be in here. It is not easy to make money in this industry.
That's right.
It's just really not, because not everybody needs this shit. People like to think that we are rocket scientists and we doctors and we solving. I learned to solve people problems with my creativity. It took a while for me to understand that. But prior to that, I was like everybody else, where it's hard to get jobs. It's hard to get people to do any creative shit, because I was looking at it the wrong way. In finance, people need finance. It's money. It's commerce. Like, so like in real estate, it's like these things like are necessities almost, and they make the world go round. Now, for my industry, people, the marketing budget's the first thing cut. Yeah. The first things people cut. Oh, we're not shooting those videos no more. We're not designing that no more. Yeah. We're gonna bring all this shit in house. So that's the first thing they cut, bro. So like I've literally learned to kind of like take this business serious.
Right.
I've learned to take this. It's just as serious as a creativity part.
That's right. So
I've learned how to solve I solve problems with my creativity. And so in closing, what I would like to do, like I said, I'm about action.
Right.
I don't like giving my followers or nobody fluff. I want to give them some advice that they can take with them and implement like day one. They might not see the results day one, but they can take and implement it day one.
Right.
So from your perspective, like if somebody, for two reasons, there's two things I want to know. If somebody wanted to start a credit union or a financial consultancy like you have, what's the first two steps that they should do and be adamant about doing today?
First of all, find you 2 attorneys, because you're going to need them. Find 2 attorneys. And before you get into the space of any type of banking, there are 3 principles I tell all of my followers. The 3 principles, we're going to start with OPM. That stands for other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
OPI, other people's ideas. OPE, other people's efforts. Because that's going to be some of the things that you got to understand. Those 3 principles, once you understand those 3 principles and you got them in your heart, because somebody going to always need the money. Somebody always going to use you for your efforts, and somebody going to always use you for your ideas. So once you go into the financial setting or the structure, and you have that in your heart, then you go to speak with an attorney that understands finances.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the right structure. Those are the 2 things that I would start with going into any financial settings of opening up a bank, because you got to make sure you're in compliance. Remember, every year things change,
Mm-hmm.
and now that you're opening up a financial institution, hell, the banks are even confused. They always tell me we're on the XRP, or they're confused that right now we're not even doing, we're not even using MT 103s or that type of terminology in finance. That's off the grid right now.
You just said
Right.
some acronyms that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, we're not even using that
What's the
anymore.
MT3?
It's a banking term when you're trying to get a wire sent out.
Mm-hmm.
They use a terminology which is MT 103, SWIFT. SWIFT is gone. The SWIFT system is there, but they're not using SWIFT. This is why they're using crypto and an XRP
to send money
to send money back and forth.
Yeah.
If I need to send you $30 million, I would have to go into the bank and do a wire transfer.
Yeah.
Why you're charging me a fee and the money is coming from my account?
Yeah.
So there's a fee for me to send $30 million, and it's going to take all day.
Yeah, I saw.
Right, but if I got my my financial wallet and I'm sending you 20 or 30 million, I can send it immediately, from my particular wallet, and I will share more information to your following as well as you.
We'll get into that, because that's
pretty deep. Man.
That's pretty deep. That's another episode for that, because like that's a real thing. I saw somebody wire. It took all day. So when I saw my uncle buy his dealership, that shit took all day.
Yeah, it's a lot of time and all that. But now,
that shit took
since
all day.
the new administration is in place, and I tell people, man, I'm gonna tell your followers this if you don't mind. Get out the mindset of the Democratic side or the Republican side. Get out the mindset of who's in office. Man, we all serve the Most High. If our Heavenly Father didn't want this particular president in office, there's no way he would have been in office. He can be the guy can be an asshole. He can be this, but one thing we know about this Trump guy, this guy no business. His family from traditions to whatever, they know business. And if you got somebody that understand business, let's stop all the fighting on the hill and bring some of this knowledge
It's just
to
a distraction.
It's a distraction.
It's all a distraction.
Totally distraction.
I can't say hate, but I just like Republicans and Democrats. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm not neither one, because it's all a distraction. It takes agency from you when you depend on somebody else to feed you or help you. And it's like, now that's systemic shit. We know that. That's the life we chose. When it is what it is.
Right.
It's once you're no longer ignorant that it's a game and you understand the rules, then it's no longer someone else's fault. It's your fault if you don't understand the system that you're in. And so, like, I always tell people when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's like, this show that I created is like, it's not, if you thinking you're going to get a left and a right shit over here, you're not going to get that from me, because I don't care about it like that. I care, like, I've learned that I always tell people, I've been around rich people, black, white, and Mexican, right? when a Republican and a Democrat was in the office, right? I've never heard them talk about go and vote. I've really never heard them talk about go and vote.
Right.
And what I realized is, I really never heard them talk about political shit, really, not like that, But what I realized is like, they got financial vehicles to insulate them for when either party's in office.
Right.
So they got financial vehicles, like when when they stocks is not doing right, they real estate probably popping.
Right.
Or when they real estate not popping, they probably got businesses popping that's right over here. And so what I've learned through all of that, I was like, bro, they just taking I mean, it takes, when you trying to pick a side and all that shit, it just like figure out like what your situation is and how you can improve it. But when you want to, that they're picking sides and shit like that, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I care about, like you said, like understanding like what situation am I in right now?
That's right.
and how can I improve my situation and the people that I love and my community situation. And I don't think, honestly, I truly don't think that, blaming one party or the other, because it's all political ping pong. And like, you got one party that is set up redlining, and the other party, you got one party that's set up redlining and years later fix redlining.
You know what I'm saying?
Then blame the other party.
Blame the other party
for something they set up.
And we in the public like
for real.
Right.
So
yeah.
So I don't really. So I look past that, and I that is that's really key though for the listeners, because you can really get sidetracked by trying to choose sides and lose track of what's to go for real. Well, all right, man, this was good, bro. I really appreciate you, Jimmy. This is fire. Me and Jimmy got the same last name, so he somewhere we probably can't miss. We probably can't somewhere.
Any new money coming in, I gotta tell him. Man.
So we probably can't somewhere down the line, exactly, bro. I'm telling you, but I really appreciate this, bro. For real, man.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you.
My business making M's. Cutting checks, it's on the table. Investing in yourself is nothing greater. Now my business making M's. Peep the rising of the stock, flipping digits. We the cream of the